Hello everyone! Welcome to this video tutorial. Did you know that there's another way for you to design a makeup look? Creating your own makeup designs using the face templates can be quite fun and all. But the makeup brush set does not only work on the canvas, but also on photos as well. If you're a makeup artist, you can easily design your looks using your client's or a model's photo. The brush set works seamlessly because almost all of the brushes have a soft, powdery finish. It also includes a bit of texture to it, so that it mimics the look of real skin and blends right in. The trick is adding layers on top of each other and building them as you go. It's as simple as that. In this video, we're going to need a model's photo with little to no makeup. You can choose your own image, or you can use this picture that I've prepared for you. After that, we'll choose our palette and put it on the face. Get your Apple pencils ready, and let's begin. First, let's do the base makeup. Create a new layer and rename it as Contour. Choose the Freya Skin Texture 6 brush. Sized at 45%. The color we're using is the second darkest shade from the Pale Tone 7 palette. Apply this under the cheekbones in a downward motion. Extend all the way up the temples to frame the face. Reduce the brush size to 20%. And add contour to the nose bridge and on the area where it connects to the brow bone. It creates more depth to the face. Curve in the outer edge as well, starting from the tip of the brow to the tip of the eyes. Put some on the eyelids and blend out the other areas. Alright, that looks okay now. On to the next step. Let's put on some blush. I will choose a brush that has a satin texture so that we get a bit of shine. Create a new layer and rename it as Blush On. We're going for the Freya Highlighter / Blush on 6 brush and size it at 38%. The color we need is the third shade of pink from the palette. Apply it on the cheekbones and spread it downwards. Go over the same area to add more color as you like. Next, let's add the highlight. I will emphasize the dewiness of the skin more using the highlighter brushes. Add a new layer and rename it as Highlight. Let's go for the Freya Highlighter / Blush on 3 brush. Sized at 21%. For the color, we're using this beige with a pink undertone from the palette. Apply this where the light hits the face. Put some on the upper edge of the cheekbones, on the chin, under the eyes, and on the arch of the brows. Decrease the brush size to 8%. Highlight the root of the nose bridge and lightly draw a line down. Press another circle on the tip of the nose. Reduce the brush to 3% to outline the Cupid's bow. Increase the brush size to 7% to highlight the corners of the mouth and 13% on the chin. Increase to 24% to go over the larger areas again to add a bit more light. Reduce the size to 8% and shape around the inner corners of the eyes. Add some on the arches and peaks of the brows. Look at the difference that already makes! Let's continue to the next step. Let's proceed to the eyeshadow. I'll be using 2 layers for this one. Add a new layer and rename it as Eyeshadow. Let's go for the Freya Eyeshadow 16 brush. Sized at 15%. For the color, we're using the pinkish brown from the palette. Apply this color on the eyelid, under the crease. Color it in a circular motion to blend it out. Do this on both sides. follow the natural shape of the eyes. I'm going over the areas again because I think these need more color. Switch to the Freya Eyeshadow 14 brush and size it at 55%. The color is the darkest shade of reddish brown in the palette. Start from half the eyelid and drag it outwards to form a wing. You can also start from the wing, then slide it inwards. Do what is most comfortable to you. Repeat this on the left eye. Make the tip sharper and go over them a few times to darken the eyeshadow. I want the other eyeshadow layer to be placed on top of the previous one. By doing this, we can maximize the strengths of the brushes. Create a new layer and rename it as Eyeshadow 2. Let's go for the Freya Eyeshadow 12 brush, sized at 16%. For the color, we're using the beige with a pink undertone from the palette again. Apply to the middle of the eyelids. Dab it onto the eye in quick succession to put more of the color and to have better control of the amount you're placing on the eyes. Switch the brush to the Freya Eyeshadow 15 brush, sized at 29%. Change the color into this blue-violet hue. Apply this to the outer V of both eyes, all the way above the crease, fading halfway across the eyes. Looks good so far. Next is the eyeliner. I will choose a pencil one so that it blends into the photo realistically. Add a new layer and rename it as Eyeliner. Let's go for the Eyeliner 16 brush. Sized at 36%. For the color, we'll use black. Draw on the lash line following the lines of the photo. Apply some halfway through the waterline as well. Keep the tips of the wings sharp. And that's it for eyeliner. Let's move on to the next one. Next are the eyelashes. I will be using one of the brush stamps for this step. Feel free to choose the one you like. Create a new layer and rename it as Eyelashes. Let's go for the Freya Eyelashes Stamp 3 brush. Sized at 25%. For the color, we're still using black. Enable the hover feature to accurately see where you're placing the lashes. Adjust the position of the stamp by tapping on the Transform tool. Once the box with broken lines appear, you can rotate and resize the stamp to fit better. Duplicate the layer and select it. Choose Flip Horizontal in the Transform options and set it onto the left eye. Adjust as needed. Alright, that looks good. For this look, I will skip the eyebrows since I already like the ones in the photo. Now, let's add contact lenses. Create a new layer and rename it as Contact Lens. Move this layer under the eyeshadow layers. Let's go for the Freya Contact Lens 13 Multicolor, sized at 19%. Since we need dual colors, we'll choose this pastel lilac as our primary color and this dark olive green as the secondary. Apply to both eyes. Select your eraser tool and choose Soft Airbrush, sized at 23%. Then remove the top part of the lenses. This is so that they look realistically set on the eyes. I like how that looks against the colors of the eyeshadow. Before we proceed, I think our eyeshadow still needs a bit more pizzazz. I like to expand the array of colors to make it fun. So, select the Eyeshadow 2 layer. We'll be using the Freya Eyeshadow 33 brush. Size it at 20%. The color we'll use is this light blue. Put some in the middle of the eyelid and try to blend it in with the purple at the outer edge. Switch to a bright pastel yellow. Apply this to the inner corners of the eyes, slightly extended outwards. Change the color to this bright shade of green. Add a bit of this right where the yellow ended on the upper eyelid. Place some on the outer tip of the lower lash line too. Just like that. All right, those colors work really well together. I love it. We're almost done. Let's move on to the next one. The last thing we'll be doing are the lips. I'll change the lip color to a bright pink as an extra layer and put some glossy and juicy texture. Let's begin with the base color. Create a new layer and rename it as Lips Color Base. Let's go for the Freya Matte Lip 2 brush. Sized at around 34%. For the color, we're using one of the pink shades in the palette. Apply to both upper and lower lips, concentrating it in the middle. Change the color again to a magenta. And put some in the center of the inner lip, then blend it out. Next is to add some texture to the lips. Add another layer and rename it as Lips Texture. Let's go for the Freya Lip Highlighter 17 brush. Sized at 30% for the bottom lip and 29% for the upper lip. For the color, we'll go for a light baby pink. Lightly apply this to both upper and lower lips. Go back and forth and gently go over the lips. Just a little bit, don't overdo it. Put some just on the top half of the upper lip. Lastly, apply the glossy texture as highlight. Make the last layer and rename it as Lips Highlight. Let's go for the Freya Lip Highlighter 14 brush. Sized at 43%. For the color, we're still using the baby pink from the previous one, but slightly lighter. Do a small but continuous line across the bottom lip. Then, trace close to the Cupid's bow downwards to the sides. Smaller lines here and there to add more detail. And we're done! There you have it! Look how pretty that is! Nice work, everybody! You can do this to the photo of anybody you want to create a look for, and the brush set will respond flawlessly. However, just a reminder, if you plan on posting your work online, make sure to ask for permission or use a royalty-free image. Remember to keep elements into separate layers to get the best results and have better control. But try not to overdo it. All right, that's it for now. I'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like or leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. As a thank you, loyal subscribers receive a 10% discount on my Procreate Beauty Lab digital makeup class. Check the description for coupon code. See you in the next video.